distinguished guests, respected scholars, dear brother and sister, Salaam alaikum. I'm delighted to welcome you all and thank you for your participation to this seminar named Imam Khomeini, Change and Revolution. I, and maybe you, remember 4 years ago when we were here for same occasion to commemorate the anniversary of demise of Imam Khomeini. Nobody will predict such a great movement and revolutions in Islamic countries in Middle East. Thank God, and we pay full respect to all nations of Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, Yemen, and Bahrain for all their efforts and sacrifice, especially to martyrs, shuhada, who devoted their life and everything for Islamic dignity, freedom, and justice. So I want to request you to stand, please, and recite Fatiha for them. Thank you very much. I'm going to refer a few points in aspects of Islamic awakening, which was the main element for change. Without awakening, without knowledge, without information, the change never comes. In February 2011, Channel 1 of IRIB telecast parts of the speech of the founder of Islamic Revolution, Imam Khomeini, rahmatullah alayh, to the Egyptian Muslim people some 30 years ago, enlightening them of the benefits of resistance against oppression in order to reclaim their real independence from domestic dictators and foreign hegemony, especially subservience to the illegal Zionist entity. Here are excerpts which are indeed proofs of the foresight of the late Imam Khomeini when he says, "The Egyptian nation should know that if they rise up against these plots just as Iran did, they will attain victory. The Egyptian nation should not fear the martial law and not care about it. In the same way that the Iranian nation broke the martial law and took to the street, they should follow suit and drive out these scums. The Egyptian nation should not sit and wait for this almost lost power to pull its weight together and force its influence on the nation." He was speaking about the Egyptian people as he had seen these days and the situation of Middle East uprising. He said, "This is the day for the Egyptian nation to rise up. Today is the day of the government's weakness and the nation's power. They should show strength and not care about the martial law, which is against all standards. They should break this martial law and take to the streets and topple this government which wants to fight Islam by weapon and force." He warns Egyptians against Israel and said the Egyptian army should not give Israel the opportunity to rule over their country, and not let America and Israel control the destiny of their country. The Egyptian army should be aware that if they want to back this government that has declared subservience to the US and Israel, they will carry this disgrace for all times. They should not bring this disgrace upon themselves. The importance of the Islamic world and the major changes in the Middle East portray the unique position of the Islamic Republic of Iran and its influence in the region. In this regard, some thinkers believe that this position results from the Imam Khomeini's teaching, as he had portrayed a new relationship between Islamic countries and other dominant countries. He called Muslim to be aware of their history and civilization. He prayed Muslim when he said, "I pray to Almighty God to bring about the cause of awareness and awakening of Muslims and avert the wickedness of the enemies of Islam from the Muslim territories." Now the spring comes to Arab countries, not only Egypt, but also Muslims in Libya, Yemen, Bahrain, and all Muslim countries awake and want to rule over their countries. Regardless of being Sunni or Shia, they never allow arrogant powers to interfere in their countries. It is what Imam Khomeini recommended years ago. He believed in the unity of Muslim, Ummatul Wahida, and encouraged Muslim states to support their people and all Muslims in the world. He said, "For more than 20 years past, I have been recommending to the heads of Islamic states, either in my sermons or talks, to put aside the minor local disputes and unite in deeds and minds for advancement of Islam and its aims." This Islamic awareness is the legacy of Imam Khomeini, as Ayatollah Khamenei, supreme leader, mentioned. Imam Khomeini, rahmatullah alayh, considered the movement to be global, and they used to say that the revolution belongs to all Muslim nations and even non-Muslim nations. He was not afraid of saying this. This is different from interfering in the internal affairs of other countries, which is something that we will not do. This is different from exporting the revolution the way yesterday's colonialists would, and we are not the kind of people to do such things. This just means that the sweet aroma of this divine phenomenon should be spread all over the world. Nations across the world should understand what their responsibility is. Muslim nations should know what their identity is and where it lies. Thank you for your attention, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr.A.M.Helmi, for these remarks on the attributes of Imam Khomeini and his approach to the idea of revolution, and how he urged 30 years ago the people of Egypt to rise against the dictatorship at the time, and how he urged them to